Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City, and this is the Hollywood Squared Circle, where we talk about wrestling episodes of non-wrestling shows. And today we are talking about Mama's Family Season 4, Episode 16, entitled Mama Mania. For those of you who don't know, Mama's Family originally started as a recurring sketch on The Carol Burnett Show, which led to a 1982 TV movie called Eunice, and then into an NBC sitcom in 1983. That original run only lasted 2 seasons. However, 2 years after its cancellation, it got picked up again for syndication only, lasting 4 more seasons and finally ending in 1990. In every version, Mama was of course played by Vicki Lawrence, who still won't tweet me back. And while the first run had recurring cast members like Carol Burnett, Harvey Korman, Betty White, and Rue McClanahan, the second run primarily starred Ken Berry as Mama's son Vinton, Dorothy Lyman as Vinton's wife Naomi, Alan Kaiser as Bubba, the grandson, and Beverly Archer as their neighbor Iola. The wrestling guest stars in Mama Mania are actually all female, with actress stuntwoman Spice Williams as Dee Dee Mason, Dee Boer, better known as Matilda the Hun from Glow, and the bearded lady from Spaceballs as Masked Mabel No. 1, and Emily Dole, better known as Glow's Mount Fiji as Masked Mabel No. 2. Oh, and the ring announcer is stand-up comedian Johnny Dark, who you may recall as playing the promoter in the Family Matters wrestling episode. He has no connection to wrestling in real life, so why he's in 2 wrestling episodes of 2 totally different sitcoms, 7 years apart, I don't really know. Anyway, here's what happens. The family is sitting down and having a macaroni dinner, but Vinton and Bubba want to watch wrestling on the TV because all of a sudden, they're really big fans of wrestling and allegedly watch it all the time. And the wrestling they want to watch is apparently called the Tri-State Semifinals. Semifinals for what? And what states we're talking about? I have no idea. Naomi and Iola are all like, oh, let's go watch these sweaty men. And they're like, what? Wait a minute. They're all women? Mama's all like, fuck this shit. It's a hoochie coochie show, which is actually a line she says in the script. And then Naomi recognizes one of the wrestlers from the team, the Queen Bees, as Dee Dee, her friend from high school, which is the exact same fucking plot as the Family Matters episode. They then cut to Dee Dee in the ring, and she puts her opponent in a Boston Crab, and then the ref counts 3, which I don't fucking understand at all. I can't believe no one in the cast, no one in the crew, there's 2 wrestlers there. You guys wrestle. You know you don't count pins on a submission. What is the ref doing? Why did anyone think that this was okay to air? There's editors, there's hundreds and hundreds of people, and none of them are remotely familiar with wrestling in any capacity enough to realize you don't count a pin on a submission? So Naomi invites Dee Dee over for dinner, and Dee Dee tells the family, you know, I gotta wrestle again, but my partner mysteriously injured themselves. Naomi, why don't you just fill in? All you have to do is put on this outfit and stand on the apron, and I'll do all the hard work. Which begs the question, why didn't the injured partner just do that anyway? So Naomi agrees, and now they cut to the match, and everyone's taking their seats, and this is the best part of the episode. Iola made everyone wrestling-themed seat cushions. She made Hulk Hogan, Junkyard Dog, and Andre the Giant, none of whom were actually in the episode or mentioned otherwise, but these are beautiful crafts that should still be sold today. So Naomi and Dee Dee enter as the Queen Bees, and even though they have no masks, nobody's going, hey, where's the old partner? They're just like, all right, I guess this woman's a bee too. Great, they're all bees, wonderful. Their opponents are the champs, and this is the greatest team name ever. They are called the Masked Mabels. Both of them are Mabel. So then one of the Mabels starts talking shit to Mama, and Mama's all like, fuck this shit again, so she starts talking shit back. And then Mama gets in the ring to talk more shit, and then she grabs a bucket, and she rears back because she's gonna hit this Mabel, and as she goes back, she accidentally hits Dee Dee, knocking her out cold. So then everyone's like, I guess they have to forfeit the match unless someone else could dress up as a queen bee. So the family's all like, wait a minute. Then they take Mama backstage, and they put her in a Queen Bee outfit, and now it's Mama and Naomi against the masked Mabels. They do some fucking around, and then Naomi tags in Mama, but then the Mabels go to make a tag on the exact same side of the ring as the Queen Bees. Nowhere, ever, in the history of wrestling have I seen such a blatant disregard for the rules. It doesn't make any sense. I think they were honestly just too cheap to get like a wide shot or turn the camera around and have to dress the other side of the set. So they're like, you know what? You guys have a tag match, but everybody just stands on one side of the ring. It's one of the stupidest and cheapest things I've ever seen in my life. So then this Mabel grabs Mama in a really shitty headlock, but Mama's streetwise. So Mama stomps on her foot, turns her mask around, and then kicks her in the ass, causing the Mabel to take the worst face bump I've ever seen. It honestly looks like she's about to take a nap. Then the other Mabel tries to get in the ring, and Naomi twists her mask, and she gets all stumbled like no one's ever twisted their mask before, and somehow they have no idea that they can just twist it back so they can see. Anyway, Mama grabs this Mabel and does a horrible Irish whip, even by Vicki Lawrence standards, into the other Mabel, and they take this horrible bump after that, and then Mama covers them, but she doesn't even know how to cover. She covers them like on their guts, both of them at the same time. It's incredibly awkward. Nevertheless, the ref counts 3, and they win, and Naomi and Mama are the new fucking tag champs. And then they just cut to when they go home that night, and they're with the boys, and they're like, hey, that was cool, and there's no mention of them ever being the tag champs again, any of that business. Wouldn't they have to defend them? Or do they give them back to the old Queen Bees? Aren't they the new Queen Bees? Shouldn't there be a Queen Bees versus Queen Bees feud? I do not understand this at all. None of the wrestlers thank them. There's no communication at all. This is some of the worst wrestling I've ever seen in a wrestling sitcom episode ever. Even by cheap comedy standards, it is horrible. It's like they put it together in like 30 minutes. No one seems interested, including the actual wrestlers. Really, the most wrestling-savvy person in this may be Iola. And the episode is not very good. It has a lot of plot holes, and I'm upset about it because I love Beverly Archer, and I love Vicki Lawrence, and they severely, severely let me down. So, Vicki, we are going to have a lot to tweet about. So that was Mama Mania. This has been the Hollywood Squared Circle, and I have completely wasted your time.
Guests of the RJ City Show, subscribe to his channel, follow him on social media, and buy his t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City.